The four instruments of national power are diplomatic, information, military, and economic. Although national security concerns have been around since the founding of our country, the origin of today's understanding, the current structure of America's national security establishment, particularly the DoD, stems from one significant change resulting from the Act was the consolidation of the military departments under the direct control of the Goldwater-Nichols Act was signed into law by President Ronald Reagan on 1 October 1986. The act was an attempt to fix problems caused by inter-service rivalries, which had emerged during the Vietnam War, contributed to the catastrophic failure of the 1980 mission to rescue American hostages. The Goldwater-Nichols Act brought sweeping changes to the way U.S. military forces were organized, resulting in the listed Joint Operations success stories. The President and the Secretary of Defense, or their duly deputized successors, in other words, the Vice President and the Deputy Secretary of Defense, have the constitutional authority to direct the armed forces in the execution of their duties. The National Security Council, or NSC, is the principal forum used by the President of the United States for considering national security. The Intelligence Reform and Terrorism Prevention Act was signed into law by President George W. Bush on 17 December. Department of Defense. The DoD organization is composed of the Office of the Secretary of Defense, the military departments, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the combatant commands, the Inspector General of the DoD agencies, DoD field activities, and such other offices, agencies, activities, and commands. The DoD is responsible for providing the military forces needed to deter war and protect the security of our country. Specifically, the Secretary of Defense, or SecDef, is a cabinet-level member and the head of the DoD. The SecDef is the principal assistant and advisor to the President on defense matters and serves as the leader and chief executive officer of the department. The SecDef is responsible to the President for creating, supporting, the Office of the Secretary of Defense, or OSD, is the principal staff element of the SecDef in the exercise of policy development, planning, resource management, fiscal and program evaluation and oversight, and interface and exchange with other. American military forces operate under a chain of command with two distinct branches, operational and service. This arrangement allows the President and SecDef a direct link to the combatant commanders and reflects America's historic tradition of civilian control of the military. The following examples describe the dual nature of the chain of command. The Marine Corps' operational chain of command. The combatant commanders are responsible to the President and the Secretary of Defense for accomplishing the military missions assigned to them and shall exercise command authority over the forces assigned to their command. Joint Chiefs of Staff. The organization of the Joint Chiefs of Staff consists of the Office of the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the military service chiefs when acting in their capacity. Members of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, or JCS, include the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of The Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, CJCS, is the principal military advisor to the President. The Joint Staff is under the exclusive authority, direction, and control of the CJCS. The Joint Staff. The two roles of the CJCS are principal military advisor to the President, and the functions of the CJCS include those listed on this page. The functions of the other members of the JCS include those listed on this page. Combatant commands. Unified action is a broad term referring to the synchronization, coordination, and joint operations involve forces of two or more military services under a single commander. A unified combatant command is composed of forces from at least two military departments and has a broad, unless otherwise directed by the President or the SecDef, The commander of a combatant command exercises authority, direction, and control over the commands and forces assigned to that command. Each combatant command is led by a combatant commander, who is a 4-star general or admiral. There are 9 unified combatant commands, with 6 commands having geographical responsibilities and 3 having functional responsibilities. The 6 geographic combatant commands with the respective AOR are described on this page. Each functional combatant command has a specific, unique critical defense function. They all have worldwide responsibilities. The 3 functional combatant commands include Special Operations Command, Strategic. More than 20 years after the Goldwater-Nichols DoD Reorganization Act, the Armed Forces of the United States are a joint team. Homeland Security. A secure U.S. homeland is the nation's first priority. The key definitions of this topic are listed on this page. DoD's role in Homeland Security, or HS, includes 2 distinct, but the purpose of HD is to protect against and mitigate the impact of incursions or attacks on sovereign territory. Securing the United States from attack requires a defense in depth that detects, deters, prevents, or, if necessary, defeats threats as early and as far from the homeland as possible. This active, layered defense seamlessly integrates U.S. capabilities in the global commons of DoD's role in the CS mission consists of support to civil authorities for domestic emergencies. The Homeland Security Act of 2002 established the Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, which the major components that make up the DHS are listed on this page. In organizing for HD and CS missions, the listed additional offices or commands have HD and CS responsibilities. Military Services. The authority vested in the secretaries of the military departments to organize, train. The Department of the Army is the nation's principal land force. The Army is the largest and oldest branch of the U.S. military, with its roots in the Continental Army, which was formed on 14 June 1775. The Marine Corps provides the nation with a force in readiness. The Marine Corps was established on 10 November 1775 and is a separate branch of the Department of the Navy. The Navy and Marine Corps make up the Department of the Navy and comprise the nation's principal maritime force. The Navy is responsible for sea-based warfare. The Navy traces its origins to the Continental Navy, established on 13 October 1775. The Department of the Air Force is the nation's principal air and space force. The Air Force was created on 18 September 1947 with the National Security Act. The Coast Guard is a unique military service residing within the Department of Homeland Security. Coast Guard roles include maritime homeland security and search and rescue. The Coast Guard has roots in the revenue. The National Guard is made up of the Army's Army National Guard and the Air Force's Air National Guard. Members of the National Guard serve in units of each state and territory. The National Guard traces its origins to 13 December 1636 with the militia of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Select each military service to review their enlisted rank insignias. Select the military services to review their officer rank insignias. Select the military services to review their officer rank insignias. Our national security depends on you have completed this lesson. Select the Close button, then use the Course menu to navigate to the next lesson.